said, we're gonna get one up on them Bond number 9s. And they put out Oceanic Edition. Yo, Davidoff, you out here playing dirty, son. Everybody out here playing checkers, while Davidoff is playing chess. Stay tuned. So how's everybody doing? My name is Fragrant Derek and you're watching A Fragrant State of Mind. Today, we are talking about a couple bottles that I picked up recently at Marshall's. I haven't bought a bottle in a really long time and I wanted to celebrate because your boy got a new job. I seen Cool Water, I'm like, all right, you know, I'll be honest. In the 20 plus years I've been collecting fragrances, Cool Water is one that I always sort of stood away from just because of how, I don't know, it feels a little dated, it feels a little retro. I have owned it years ago, I kind of liked it, but I always see something else that sticks out before buying Cool Water, so I just haven't pulled the trigger. That being said, a few years ago, I did get my hands on Bond number 9's Chez Bond, which a lot of people say is a clone of Cool Water by Davidoff. And I really loved Chez Bond. Unfortunately, the quality with the price just didn't mix for me and I ended up selling the bottle. So I'm like, you know, if it does smell like Chez Bond, and it reminds me of it, I definitely want to pick up Cool Water because I miss that fragrance, and this is like 30 bucks compared to 300 of the Chez Bond. But then while I was there, I also saw that they had released back in 2022 an Oceanic Edition from Cool Water. So I said, all right, I got to get the retro. I want to see what a newer flanker from Davidoff might pull off. But see, this ain't a video about comparing these two. This is actually a video about the dirty business that Davidoff is up to, and I think it might be related to Bond number 9. So let's talk some controversy. So as a lot of you may have heard, Chez Bond from Bond number 9, which is like a $300 or $400 fragrance, is often compared to Cool Water by Davidoff. And you know what? Now that I smelled it all these years later, Bond number 9 definitely ripped off Cool Water, like in a big way. It's not even deniable. It's so close to this that I cannot understand why the Bond number 9 smells slightly better, maybe slightly more elevated. Also, this is actually, I think, longer lasting than the Bond fragrance, so that doesn't make sense. But this is $30. Bond is like $300 to $400. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, get Cool Water by Davidoff. But here's the interesting part. I picked up this Oceanic Edition, which, by the way, I wanted to make sure that the Oceanic Edition was not just like, you know, a packaging difference of the original Cool Water. And what I did find out is it is a flanker of Cool Water, not just a packaging thing. So even though it says just edition, it is a completely different scent. So I looked on YouTube, as I do, to see what other people thought of this fragrance before purchasing it. And I watched a review by TLTG Reviews, and he had actually said he thought it was funky. He said it smelled like BO, it was funky, he didn't like it. He said it smelled spoiled. So I'm like, okay, that makes me even more curious what this stuff smells like. So I sprayed it, and upon the opening, I was like, I don't know, I'm not sure if I love this. And then it dried down. It's right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and spray this on again, just to make sure my nose ain't playing tricks on me. So in the opening, this is a little sweeter than the fragrance that I think this might be ripping off. But as it dries down, it's dag near close. So here's the deal. And this is my opinion, this is not facts, so please do not crucify me if you disagree. When Bond number 9 ripped off Cool Water with Chez Bond, I imagine Davidoff was sitting there like, kind of dirty business. So, all these years later, Davidoff Cool Water Oceanic Edition was a ripoff of Riverside Drive. I said that right. Riverside Drive. Now, if you look at the notes of Oceanic Edition, it's very, very basic. They only list 3 notes, and I think there's a reason. They don't want you knowing that it got the pineapple and the basil, because I think they're trying to fly under the radar here. And I have not seen anyone else make this comparison or make this judgment. And this might be all in my head. I might be wrong about this. but I've smelt literally thousands of scents over my life, and I know a fragrance if I know a fragrance. And I know Bond number 9 Riverside Drive like it's the back of my hand because I've smelt it time and time again. I wore that mother effer many times, and I love that scent. This is Riverside Drive, okay? Davidoff was holding on to this mother effer for a real long time and said, we're gonna get one up on them Bond number 9s. And they put out Oceanic Edition. It's crazy, son. It's Riverside Drive. Look, I do not want to be sued by Davidoff, so listen, this is all, let's just say it's all, I don't know, creativity. This is art, my video. Let's just say none of this is real, and this is for entertainment purposes only. That being said, they was holding on to this one, man. And I get it. I love when people get their comeuppance. Do I love Bond number 9? I think they got pretty good sense. Do I think it's kind of crappy that they did what they did? No. I think it's okay to take a scent DNA and make it your own. It's been happening for years and years and years. Really, ever since perfumery started, there have been DNAs that were very much popularized, and then other creators took those scents and made it something a little more unique. So I think everyone has a right to take a fragrance and embellish on it. That being said, I feel like Davidoff was kind of holding on to this one and, you know, hoping that they get their little comeuppance, you know. And I think it's funny. It makes me laugh. Honestly, this is not one that I think sold super well, so I don't think it makes a huge difference anyway. But I just love these little, like, stories and these little, like, nuggets that you find in fragrance. I think it's funny, and I just wanted to share it with you guys because it's just, yeah. You find, you know, look, I've been in this industry a long time. I've met a lot of perfumers. I know a lot of brand owners and creators and all sorts of things. And there are a lot of people out here that get super butthurt about, you know, all sorts of things in fragrance. And I imagine in any artistic platform, people just get super sensitive. Not saying that Davidoff was being super sensitive, but I just find it funny that they put this out. Because is this related to the ocean at all? No. It doesn't even really smell like the OG Cool Water. It doesn't have any, you know, resemblance to it. It's very much Riverside Drive. What can I say? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the story and this comparison and all that stuff. I hope you guys are doing well out there. I love you all. I hope you guys are living your best life, being your best you. And if you're struggling right now, just know that the sun is going to rise in the morning and you will get another chance to go out and overcome the challenges you face and just continue to be awesome. I love you all. I hope you have an amazing day tomorrow. Stay fragrant out there. Always look good, feel good, and smell good. And as always, my name's Fragrant Derek. Have a fragrant state of mind. Have a fragrant state of mind.